Blast from the grassroots, connecting people and sharing ideas. Hi, hello and welcome back to Giovan ASEAN. You're with Gowri.
And this is Arlene.
And this is our Blast from the Grassroots session for Tuesday morning. And today we have a very interesting topic. We will be talking about the re-election of Brazil's president, who is Dilma Rousseff. And we will find out whether that pronunciation is right or not. On the line with me, I have Giovan, who is joining us all the way from Brazil. So let's say hello to him.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, hello everybody.
What time is there, by the way? You don't sound like you're tired and sleepy.
It's really late right over there.
Yeah, almost 1 a.m. here.
Okay, so thank you so much, Giovan, for joining us in our discussion this morning to tell us a little bit about what's going on with the Brazil politics.
Okay, Dilma Rousseff won the elections here in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
We had elections on October, and she beat Aécio Neves. Aécio Neves was my candidate. I vote on him.
Oh,
okay. Too bad.
But unfortunately, he didn't win this election. We have a kind of split in Brazil because most of the South and Southern Brazil vote on Aécio Neves. Southern Brazil is more developed.
Okay.
If you know what I mean, we have more industries. Our education is a little bit better than Northeast, and most of us vote on Aécio Neves. And on the other hand, we have a Northeast, Brazil's Northeast, and how can I say they are most of the people that live there. They have bad conditions to live. I mean, they don't have infrastructure.
Okay.
The education is not so good. Their governments, I mean, the states that make part of Brazil's northern Brazil, divert gobs of money from the government. They steal public money. And the education is not good. The health, the commonwealth is not good. Everything is how can I say? It's not working there.
So
yeah. Sorry, I just want to complete that. Most of them, they have a social program in Brazil that Dilma Rousseff give for them money to buy like. Basically things like food, hygienic products, and just to survive, to get out of the poverty, and that's one way to buy their votes, if you know what I mean. Because if Aécio Neves if Aécio Neves had beat her, he could not continue this kind of social program.
Okay.
So, but that one thing that won't happen because it's a good thing. Everybody agrees that no one deserves to get hungry, and everybody needs the basic things, the food on the table. So. That's the reason Dilma Rousseff beat Aécio Neves.
I want to just focus on this person, Dilma Rousseff. She's a woman, and she has been re-elected. She's seen as an Iron Lady. In fact, she's coined as Brazil's Iron Lady, as we all know. The other Iron Lady that is well known was the British Prime Minister at that time. Can't remember her name.
Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher. The word Iron Lady itself, do you think it fits into her own personality, her policy, especially the policy that reflects the kind of economic ventures that she wants to have for Brazil?
Yeah, I don't know if you heard about Fidel Castro. He's a dictator at Cuba,
Cuba,
and
of course, we heard
yeah,
about him.
yeah, and we have also the Venezuela president. His
Hugo
father,
Chavez?
no, Hugo Chavez had died a while ago. Now I forgot his name, but he's another dictator. And Dilma Rousseff has the same clues, the same ideas about how the government a country, with her only rules. Uh, just she's right, and I have the money, the public money in my power, so I do whatever I want. And how can I say more specifically?
So,
She tried.
are you saying that just like President Nicolas Maduro,
Nicolas Maduro.
Venezuela's president, Brazil's president is not really exactly a pro-people president? Is that what you meant?
Not, not exactly. President Nicolas Maduro, for example, nowadays they have a war into the streets. The population is fighting against the government, and there is a kind of massacre in the streets, and our government just agree with all the things that are happening there. And of course, our people, we don't agree with the government poster that happened about this situation, And I think if we don't open our eyes about all of the things that the government are doing, we can follow the same path, the same Venezuela's path, the same Cuba's path. So we don't want to become a socialist country, like a communist country, like North Korea, China. China is a good country, but North Korea, Cuba, we cannot.
But you know that the history of your your president Dilma Rousseff, she was a leftist. In fact, she was a strong Marxist.
She is strong. Sorry, pardon. What did you say? She's strong. What?
She was a leftist during her younger days. She joined various left-wing and Marxist guerrilla groups, and at that time it was kind of relevant because she was fighting against the military dictatorship, in the sense that when it comes to Latin America, regardless whether it's Venezuela or even Brazil, leftist ideology was the predominant, or maybe it still is the predominant ideology or grassroots movements in the region.
Yeah, Dilma Rousseff defend a lot of things about Marxism, but I will tell you something about Dilma Rousseff that most of the people doesn't know, especially overseas. Dilma Rousseff, when we were dictator country, we had generals rules our country. She used to be a terrorist at Brazil. She used to assault banks, to financial programs, to turn Brazil into a dictator republic, if you know what I mean. So Dilma Rousseff is not a kind of person that you believe or has beautiful thoughts, good thoughts about how to government for the good of the people, So I don't have too much things to say about good things in her. So I don't know how can I answer your questions in a good way, because sometimes I have to control myself to don't say bad words. So that's it. We lost a good possible president that was Aécio Neves, and now let's see what happened with the Brazil economics.
What?
We fallen down on the stocks. No one's want to buy paper in Brazil anymore, and she gives money for dictator countries like Venezuela, Cuba, some African countries as well. And we have many areas in Brazil that we need investment, like education and health plans, and everything is going down. Nowadays we have, I don't know if you heard about Petrobras, is one of the biggest oil enterprise in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Brazil. So we have nowadays on investigation. Our federal cops are investigating this enterprise because there are a lot of corruption into this oil enterprise from Brazil, the Petrobras. Mm-hmm. And they are trying investigating a lot of divert money. It's include money for let me see here, to finance the program to be elected.
Can I ask you one question about the popularity of Dilma? Why people still support her despite what you claim about her dictatorial support towards certain leftist country?
Like I said before, most of the people that vote on Dilma Rousseff comes from Northwest, Brazil Northwest. Mm-hmm. I mean, Bahia, Recife, in Brazil North as well. They need more social programs to get a decent life, if you know what I mean. To have what to eat, to have what to drink, and pay some clothes. So these programs that finance them, Dilma Rousseff create. So I saw this kind of program to buy votes. Mm-hmm. Most of us see that she's buying their votes.
Can you explain more about the program? Is it a structural long-term policy, or is this merely like a cash handouts or something?
It's like a card, It's like a credit card. You can imagine a credit card. And she make a deposit every month.
So it's like food stamp, is it? Like the US food stamp?
It's like a wage, like a salary, to finance your life, to buy food in your house, to maintain your kids. So she gives this money, her government deposits this money each month. And these families need this money, of course, to survive. And that's the way she keeps their votes. So that's the reason Dilma gets re-elected in this election.
So she's actually making the people very dependent on her. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the real meaning. Mm-hmm. She's kept kind of slaves. Uh-huh. And we are from southern Brazil. Of course, most of us vote on Aécio Neves because we want to keep this program. Because in my heartfelt opinion, I don't think no one deserves to be starving, to be hungry. Everybody needs to get food, to get what you eat, what you dress. So it's not fair with other people don't have the same basic things like you have. Mm-hmm. But on other hand, you don't have to use this kind of situation to buy people, because at the same time they are helping these poor people, and I mean helping in an ironic way. She's stealing money for the government. She's using this kind of thing to divert public money. I mean, Lula, he used to be the same party of her. He has a lot of money in overseas, like in Paradise Bank. Have you heard about Paradise Bank? That you don't have to declare to the government what you deposit.
Is it the one in Cayman Island?
Yeah, exactly. Sweden, Cayman Island, this kind of countries that you don't have to explain anything about your money, you know. So that's our situation now. So we don't know what's gonna happen. We just think that we have to have open eyes about everything, about every movement that she does on the government, and try to go on the streets to complain and claim our rights. You know.
Can I ask you about the supposed president that you voted, the nominee? Why he is not popular with the ones that on the north?
Yeah, he's popular. You mean Aécio Neves?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, he's popular, of course. But why Dilma beat him? I'm gonna explain what exactly happened here. He won at Southern Brazil. He won at São Paulo. That's the biggest city in Brazil. He won many cities, many states here in Brazil. But he just lost in northern Brazil. But like he lost, he did 30% of the population. 30% of population vote on him, and 70% vote on Dilma. It's a huge difference, you know what I mean? And Dilma had votes here in southern Brazil as well. But the difference is not so large like in northern Brazil. That's the reason she was re-elected. And other point is we are the unique country on the world that have electronic urns, if you know what I mean, urna. Let me see here. Urn. You know what I mean?
What's that?
When you I don't know how to explain in English.
Okay.
Means electronic way to vote on your key.
Okay.
We have a machine to vote.
I think the US also have, in certain district or certain region within the United States, also have that kind of system, electronic voting.
The problem is exactly. The problem is we are the unique country on the world that use these machines to vote. You know, so we don't have control about who you are voting. I mean, you don't have a paper to afterwards check out if this candidate indeed won the election. So. We had a lot of speeches all over Brazil, especially in IT areas, that explain it's very easy to let me see. It's very easy defraud the program, the program machine that it's counting the votes, so they can divert votes from one candidate to another. You know what I mean?
So I want to.
So that's one of the biggest problem we see as well. So, but like I told you before, Dilma had everything on her favor, like the executive part of the country. She manipulates everything, if you know what I mean. I don't know how to explain in English, but she can manipulate the justice, the parliament, everything work for her.
Okay.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
So no one can put Dilma on the law or pay about their her stealing and whatever, it's too hard to put her on the justice.
I
If you know
want
what I mean.
to ask you about the northern and southern part. Apart from the infrastructure and education, is there like an ideological difference between the two places?
No, not exactly. We have the same. Sorry, you say ideologics.
Even in terms of mindset or the way they think and all.
No, I understood. I
Yeah.
just don't. I just don't know how to speak.
Because
Ideology.
the country is supposedly divided, right?
Yeah. No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the country is divided, but the ideology is the same.
Okay.
So it's not about the ideology. It's about how can I explain to you the different interesting.
Okay,
Like
different interest.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, different interest. So from Brazil is more worried about education, about health, about how to develop our country, how to turn our economy stronger. And northwest Brazil is more worried about how I'm gonna eat tomorrow.
Okay.
Because you know the huge difference, because they are worried about more basic things. I don't know if I express myself in a correct way, but that's the point, you know,
Okay.
the difference, the large difference.
And I want to ask you about Lula da Silva again. It seems that he's the ex-president who is expected to come back. So tell us a bit more about him.
I hope he doesn't come back.
Okay.
He already steal a lot of Brazil. But we don't know about the future. Dilma, her party, it's about 16 years government Brazil. So
that is the Workers' Party, right?
Yeah. We don't have other party to beat them.
Okay.
That's the main point. So we don't know what to do exactly to solve our problem, because we are seeing what's going on with Brazil, and we don't have we cannot do nothing to beat them, to withdraw this government and put other to finally develop our country. So what can I say? We just have the election to make difference the things, but we didn't. So let's see what's happened now. This party, the Dilma's party, it's called PT. In Portuguese, it's like Workers' Party.
Yeah.
I'm translating for you in English, but it's Workers' Party. And actually these people that make part of this party, they don't actually work. They just know how to steal.
Okay.
Work is definitely it's not of this party, you know. They don't work. They just think about how can I divert public money.
And the other party under Aécio Neves is the Social Democratic Party, which came out on top, but it was not strong enough to counter Dilma Rousseff's party, like you mentioned.
Yeah, I will tell you one thing about Aécio Neves' party.
Okay.
They are also corrupt, you know. We don't have an honest party in Brazil. Everyone wants to steal his part. So we try to vote the less prejudiced guy.
Okay.
If you know what I mean. So Aécio Neves is not a saint. Everybody knows that, but he's better than Dilma.
Okay.
That I'm pretty sure.
All right.
So I won't defend him as well, but he's better than Dilma. He's harmless than Dilma.
And that's all the time that we have for this morning. Thank you so much, Giovan, for joining us and enlightening us on what's going on in Brazil behind closed doors.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you too, guys. Have a nice day.